Alright, so I'm going to be doing 3 different jobs on this Nissan Sentra. One, he wants new struts. We're going to get him new struts even though he does not need them. Told him them multiple times, but you know, what the customer wants, customer gets, customer pays for. Whatever. Already recommended not getting new struts. So we got the whole strut assembly kit. That's going to be first part of this video. Second part, he wants new brake pads. Understandable. Rainy season, you're going to need new brake pads. I did recommend him, however, some new motor mounts, because where I think this car was making that noise from. I also did tell him, since this car was crashed, as you guys can tell by the multiple zip ties, I did not do this. And the booger welds, I don't weld, so you know I don't do this. You can tell this car has been in an accident before. Again, I didn't do this. I would at least, you know, bought the stuff to make that fit a little better. Regardless, you got it at a dealership, used car dealership, not new. 2017 Nissan Sentra. Honestly, for the price, I probably would have bought it too. It's 2017, not super old, even though 2017 is about to be 10 years old, so never mind. I guess I'm living in the past. Whatever. Regardless, this car is not perfect by any means. I'm going to try to make this video a little bit more understandable. It did get a really cool head unit on it. I didn't take a video of that, but if you guys want a link to it, I'll leave it in my link. I have a separate video for that. Not installing it, but just showing you what it does. I'm going to be changing out the brake pads, and lastly, an oil change, because he wants to do the full service. And like all customers, they want to do it all together. To just, instead of doing it one by one, they want to take a bullet for everything right away. So the struts, what I found I have to do is I have to take off these plastics here to be able to reach the back bolt, which is behind this metal plate here. And this metal plate is grabbed on by this, which is holding that whole strut assembly across, which I'm pretty sure was also replaced in the accident, even though it looks like it ended here, but it might have been replaced. Anyway, I want to take the whole thing off, the whole shroud, just because I don't want to lose anything and whatnot. So I want to take the whole shroud off. You don't have to take the whole shroud off. From here I can reach this one, but from over here I cannot reach the other one. I have to take off the windshield wiper, and I have to get down there, and then I have to put all this shit back together. So first things first is I got my clip remover tool, and I'm just going at all these little clips. You can see them right here, 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 all the way across. And then, like I said, I have to take off both windshield wipers only to be able to pick up this side of the shroud, because this side doesn't have a split screen like that one does, where I can just put my hand back there. This side doesn't have that. So to be able to get to the back shroud, I have to either become Jelly Man. It's literally like right here. It's right behind this plate. So that's not gonna happen. So by the looks of it, we just need a 14. That's either a 14 or a 15. I would have made it the same size just for the heck of it. So 2 14s. We also need to take off the wheels. We are already on jack stands, so I can do the struts, I can do the brake pads, and I can do all that in this video. So that is the plan, and that's what we will be doing. But it's going to be split up into parts, so I'm going to have to do some editing to get, you know, all the right stuff in the right video. So that's on me, but you guys are going to see right now is the strut removal, because that's going to be first. And then once I remove and put in the struts, I'm going to start on the brake pads, and lastly we'll do the oil change, and that'll be this maintenance for this car. Okay, now that the windshield wipers are off, they are 14s, we're going to take the shroud off because we have all the clips and stuff over there. So let's go ahead and pry it. So far what I've seen is you pry it from the top, and then the rest just kind of, well, there you go. The rest just kind of follows. I'm going to unclip that or it's going to break, and then I think we're good to go. Yeah, so those are just fasteners. And I'm going to take all this crud out of there. as well, because that was causing the windshield wipers to get stuck. He did tell me about that, and that's just something that I'm going to show him on video and photos because he's not here. That wiper motor looks a little worn, but not too terrible. So now we can reach that bolt that I was talking to you guys about, which I don't see anymore. Oh, right here. That's the one. The third one. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so down here is the things that we need to remove, which are these 2 bolts, 1, 2, and this bolt, 1. So this bolt we're going to try to take out by hand. The struts look a little more worn than last time I saw them, but he said it was making a crank link sound, like it was, you know, just hitting. These are OEM, so they are the best quality. The ones I got, not OEM. But, you know, when the customer pays for the parts, you get what you get, even though you recommend OEM. Anyway, so it looks like we got, it looks like 18s all the way through. I want to be able to take this guy off entirely with a gun, if it's not possible, because I don't want to break this guy. We have to use a wrench and an Allen key. And up there, you guys know that those are 13s, so they're not 14s. 14s did not fit. And as soon as we get done with those struts, we're going to jump on to the brakes. And after that, jump onto the oil change. And while the oil's draining, we're going to do the spark plugs. Alright, so size-wise, this is an 18, and this is a 21, this is a 21. I used the 7/8 wrench on this side just to hold it while this one spun. And now I'm going to use a little jack to be able to push up the pressure and then take these guys out and pull them back in. Now, because of the rust, I have an idea of where it needs to be tightened again, but I like to always draw a line so that it's not too out of alignment. But for right now, let's get that jack. Alright, so the 313s on the top are off. I put them over there. And now, like I said, the jack has to be at the bottom, and we're just going to lower it just a tad bit. Okay, it looks like right around there. And you guys can see that these guys come right off. And currently now there is nothing but that brake line on there, and I'll have to turn it around to see what's holding it, because this is my first time working on said car. But let me raise it a little bit, see if that'll help. I'll need both of my hands to take this off. Hold on. Alright, so now off, you're going to have to wiggle this forward without taking off the axle, and wiggle this down like so. And I'm pretty sure if you go to the left or to the right, you'll be able to take this off. But like I said, we have to take off this, which I think I just need a screwdriver to wedge it out, and it'll be free. So let me go get that. I think it's just clamped on by pressure. I just have to release the pressure on it. Again, you don't want to drop the jack because there's currently nothing holding this, and if you drop it, you're gonna have a hard time. Alright, so all I had to do was smack this bottom piece with a screwdriver. So it comes with new screws, but they're very, very small. And I just have a fear that that's just not going to fill the gap right. So those ones have a bigger washer. Yes, I can add a washer, but I don't like doing things that way. And the old screws look pretty good, so I'm going to be using the old screws. So you can see on the top here is where it says if it's left or right. So this is NR, this is LH. So that means that this is, I'm doing the passenger side currently, so this is the driver's side. And the passenger side must be that one. So let's put this one aside. Okay, so we have the new one there in place, and it's going to be going right there. I'm just going to match up the top there. It looks like it's pretty freaking new. Well, obviously it's brand new, but I'm saying, like, compared to the other one, this might actually make a difference. The boot sits all the way at the top, not at the bottom. And there's some, what is that, electrical tape? Oh no, that's just excess rubber. Okay, so this is now reverse engineering. So we're going to be putting this guy back in here. But before we do that, we have to tighten some screws up at the top to hold it in place. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold it at the bottom. You're going to line it up here, You're gonna put 2 of the 3 screws so you have room to wiggle it around. You're gonna tighten the 2 screws at the bottom, not all the way, and then you're gonna tighten the top ones first, and then once you get to the bottom, you're gonna try to line it up to the rust level right there, just so that you can have a similar, if not the same exact alignment that you had before, so that your customer can take it to get it aligned. Trust me, no matter how good of a professional you are, unless you're at a shop, you are not going to get this perfect. It's gonna need an alignment after you're done. Okay, so after some finicking, you can see what I mean by you'll need it to be loose, so you can turn it left, right, up, down, which would make you think, you know, that gives you more adjustment for the alignment, but whatever. Okay, so now let's go down to the bottom, and now we're gonna do what I told you guys, is turn this, because this does have turning ability now, and we're gonna be able to push this guy back into place. I might have to move these out of the way and then kick them back in, because I don't think these other ones had it. Oh, they did. I didn't have to move it, so I guess I just have to slide it into place. So yeah, the other, I guess these nubs don't get in the way, hopefully, or maybe that's where it stops. Yeah, so don't align those yet. Looks like this one's just kicked back just a little bit, but it's probably from shipping. Other than that, it looks like we're pretty much sitting pretty. All right. So from what I'm seeing is that this guy got really bent because it doesn't match this as well. It's kind of like bent this way. So maybe that's part of the problem, that this strut got damaged. But now we're going to push this guy out, in. Oh, and then you're going to want to line it up with the screws. So you're going to have to drop it just a tad bit, just for you to be able to put the screws in. That's what you need the jack for, just so you can align that perfectly. And once you align the 2 bottom bolts and try to get that, you see this line right here? Try to get that line almost perfect before tightening it. Then you can go ahead and tighten it. This is going to be your last guy, since it was the first guy to, you can see how much up you need to go. Because I was the first one to go, that's going to be the last one to be on. So leave that for last. Always, always, always turn those by hand, or you're going to break it. You're going to break it. Not you may break it. No, you're going to break it. So if you can't get an Allen wrench in there, you can see how they're squared out right here. You can put a wrench. All right, so we're going to raise it and get it back in there. Okay, you see how it's moving. Get it a little higher. Okay. All right, so once you got it sitting pretty, you can see what I mean by that line. That's going to be your alignment line. So before tightening it, make sure you're at the rust level, or hiding the rust, however it was tightened before. Then you can raise this, and then you can tighten this one, and then finally tighten the top. So these guys just go back in, little rubber stoppers, so you just push them in. You gotta go in straight. You gotta go in straight. And this guy just kind of wiggles in there. Let's see if we can get that guy back in there. I think it was this one. I might have to beat it a little bit to get it in there, because these are aftermarket, so it's not perfect. So I'm gonna use this little plastic tool to beat it in there. Okay, I need both hands, but you get the gist. Okay, so you slide it from the back. So from the back, not from the bottom. Slide it from the back in, then you throw the clip back in, and there you go. So tighten this guy, tighten these guys, and tighten those guys, and then you're done. Now repeat for the other side, and you'll have a set of 2 new struts on your Nissan Sentra. Hope you guys have a good video. I'm so tired, guys. I hope you guys found this useful video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.